What's good, everybody? Shane here, and in this video we are going to have a little discussion with our buddy Hexabot. We're going to take a look at how he's performing, how he's stacking coins for us, and most importantly, number 3, how in 3 weeks exactly to the date we were able to create over $1,200 in this program. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to break down the numbers, go over things to the penny, and show you exactly how it's working, why it's working, and why we're going to keep stacking some more in this platform. So let's get into it. So if we come over here first, I did remember to increase the zoom on here so you guys can see this. Those of you watching on the phones and stuff, some of you have made some comments about that. If you guys are new to the channel, new to this video, this Hexabot series, welcome. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. And if you got any questions, obviously drop them in the comment section. I do the best I can to stay on top of it as quickly as I can, and basically just be active in the community. And speaking of communities, you'll also see in the description a link to jump on over and get access into our exclusive Hyped members area, where we've got all these platforms that we're looking at laid out, Q&A, different types of strategies, and just a really cool community of people that are coming together to create a different space in the crypto world, right? There's a lot of craziness, a lot of darkness, and there's a lot of scary crap out there sometimes, especially if you're going at this alone. So if you're new to the crypto space, definitely get inside the Hyped community. And if you're a veteran or somewhere in between, come on in too. We'd love to have you. Definitely a fast-growing community, and we've got some cool stuff that we're doing inside there for only the community members, and it's pretty cool. So get on in there. So for those of you that are new to the platform, I made the mistake and jumped over here earlier just out of habit, but we always like to come in here. We've got our BTC faucet in here. As you can see, I did a little while ago. Jumped us up to plus 9 Satoshis in here, so that's cool. Basically, this is your free faucet. Get some free Bitcoin. Every hour you can come in here, and it varies as to the amount that you can get, and you can continue to stack bonus Satoshis on top of it, so that's pretty cool. Bot settings real quick. Those of you that have been around for a little bit, you know my stance on this. Swing trade all the time, and 75% compounding. Why 75%? Well, done the calculations, looked at it, short-term, long-term, multiple different platforms, and 75% is kind of that mark where if you stretch out the return on your capital just a little bit, and we're talking sometimes, a couple weeks, that's it. The reward on the other side is 5x, 10x sometimes on what you can generate in a longer term compounding strategy. So 75% is the number that I always use there. So we jump back over to the dashboard. Maybe. We've got our Bitcoin here. You can see the numbers over here, right? Jump over here to our Litecoin, and then we can come over here to our Dash. So if we start over in our Bitcoin, obviously these are just the stats here for the last 24 hours in our scalping. 52 in technical and 160 basically over the last, this is the averages over the last number of days here, right? Just based on how the bot's been trading. So, but what I want to get into tonight is, first and foremost, our starting point numbers. So, and you'll see these in a second when we go through them here. So you can see we started out here, 0.061 BTC, right? So, and you'll see that we jump over to the other page, and here's our 9.7 Litecoin. You can see where we're at now, but that was our starting point here when we first put our initial Litecoin deposit in. So if we jump over here, we fire up our calculator, we can see right here, here's our 9.7, right, back on the second. Here's our 0.046. This is our first deposit. So we had our welcome bonus basically, right? When you sign up with the platform, you get a little bit of free Bitcoin as well as the faucet. November 1st, we made our initial $100 deposit, right? Get in, let's get our feet wet, let's touch and feel the program, let's see how things are going. Got a feel for it. On the second, dropped 9.7 Litecoin, and then on the 8th, basically brought this level back up, kind of with the accumulation of the first two numbers to get everything kind of within that $450, $500 mark to kind of just, you know, equal out the BTC, LTC platforms. So now that we've got these numbers, and you can see these are the exact numbers here that we were dealing with, and this is our initial deposit amount. So if we come over here, this is what we can see. So you can see the correlation here, right, between this BT start, here's our 4.6, here's our initial start right here, and then here's our 0.156 right here. And then if we come down here to our Litecoin start, here's our 9.7 that we've got right here. Okay, so these are our starting numbers for our initial deposits in the platform. We could probably take that down to 6.9. We don't need all those. So you can see here, this was the current exchange rate on that date, on the 1st here. Okay, so there's about that $100 mark, right? Here's our little freebie amount that they tossed into us when we first signed up, back on the 1st as well. And then here's our 0.46 back on the 8th, which you can see correlates directly over here. Excuse me. And then on the 2nd, here's our 9.7 BTC right there. So we've got these numbers laid out. This is all kind of laid out here. So what I show you guys is, so you can see here that initial 100 and then the 329. So obviously we were a little off there, you know, $430 worth or whatnot initially there. So 429.13. We come down to our Litecoin. We've got our 506 as well. But what I want to show you guys is, and I want you to pay attention to the coin and the fiat number. But those of you that have been following for a little while, you know my stance on that. Definitely invested in some fiat return platforms, but for really the only reason to take some of the trusted platforms and obviously kind of diversify out a little bit, right? Like mitigate that risk out a little bit amongst some different platforms, not put everything in one basket, but at the same time, you know, a return on your money is a return on your money. But the appreciation on the coin, in my opinion, especially in this bull market that's been kind of going on over the last year, the appreciation on the coin is just as important as the return on your investment. Potentially even a little more at times. And we're going to kind of look at that. So you can see here the starting point and this starting point, okay? So this was back on these dates, okay? So you can see now what we've got over in the in our dashboards. These are those numbers that we initially looked at, right? Here's our 14.7 on Litecoin, and here's the 0.09. So we started here, okay? This is what the current value is today. And you can see the difference in this coin stacking here. But you also have to keep in mind that we also pulled out 25%, right? Because we're only reinvesting and compounding 75%. We're pulling 25% out and withdrawing it into our own wallet, taking it off the platform, right? Get that risk reward leveled out a little bit. Did the same thing here with the Litecoin. But you can see here that the Litecoin withdraws a little bit more because, as crazy as it sounds, when we started in the platform, we were just on the scalping for a few days, looking at things, seeing what it was, getting that small little return on that small amount. But when we started out with Litecoin, we started out with a larger number. We stacked the compounding right off the bat. And you can see here just there's a good appreciation in that coin and just having that little extra in there and compounding on the swing right off the bat. But basically what I did here, just to calculate this out easy, is basically just took, you know, what the current fiat rate is of the coin, and then just multiplied it, you know, to get the 25% basically that we were withdrawing back out. So you can see here our current rate is now $764, and in our Litecoin it's over $1,000. Okay, so our starting point with BTC plus Litecoin was $935. At today's current rate, we are at $1,806. Okay, for a difference of $870.87. So between our compounding the investments, the trading that the bot has done, in combination with the ever so important appreciation of the coin, because these coin values have went up a little bit. And I talked about it in one of the other videos, and why, all the coins are kind of going up, but why I was stacking a little heavier in Litecoin to start is because I think 2018 is Litecoin's year, right? They've done an atomic swap on the blockchain with BTC. And for those of you that aren't aware of what that is, basically, Litecoin's Lightning system has the ability now, and has proven itself, at least in small tests, to actually exchange Bitcoin to Litecoin, user to user, right on the blockchain with no exchange being used. If you think about that, you understand the basics of cryptocurrency and the blockchain. That will be important to know as far as the future of Litecoin and an everyday exchange coin between two parties. When you can exchange different cryptocurrencies on one blockchain internally without having to go to an exchange to get the right, coin or asset that you want to swap, that's big. That's big time. So, not to get off topic there, but so basically, we've got that, and then we've also got our Bitcoin and Litecoin withdrawals, right? So this is how much we've actually pulled off of the system in fiat dollars. This is how much we've kind of, rolled back in, if you will, right? So what does that mean? Well, what it means is we take our starting versus where we are now in the platform, right? What we've generated and what we've recompounded back in, plus what we've withdrawn. We're left with $1,238.59 in 21 days. And the platform is going as strong as ever. So this is only going to continue to amplify and amplify. And you can see, right, this isn't like crazy out of this world money, but we've pulled it off the system in a short time frame in comparison to what next week's going to be, when we've got these larger numbers playing inside of the system, right? When we've got these bigger numbers playing in here. When we were starting out with this 14.7, right? You can see here that number that we were talking about. That's what's inside trading now. So we started with approximately $506 in Litecoin, and we've got a current value of $1,037 trading inside. So we've over doubled what our invested in amount is that's currently earning us inside the system in right around 2 weeks with Litecoin. We've doubled it. So those of you that understand, kind of compounding and how this is going to work over the next 6 months, what that's going to look like. It's going to be a pretty big number. And if you want to take a look at that, we certainly can. All right, so if we jump over here, actually first, if we look here, right, so we've got our current value in USD sitting there, 1806.07. So we jump over here to our trusty calculator. We've got our 1806.07. Okay, so this was as of yesterday, right? Monday. Monday is payday in Hexabot. So we've got this 23.1%, right? So it's on the swing, you're at 22.1 to 24.1. So average those in the middle, right? 23.1 just as an average interest rate. But you can see here we've got this set for 26 weeks or 6 months, 180 days, right? And we've got a weekly payout. We are compounding at our 75%. And this is basically exactly, right? If Bitcoin and Litecoin, nothing changes over the course of the next 6 months, this is what we tend to earn in this platform alone. You can see right here, we've accumulated approximately $150,000 here, right? Plus the amount that we had in there, which brings us to our $152,798. That's including our $1,800 here that we now have playing in the system. So if we come down here, you can see at the end of, here's the end of our 6 weeks, right? May 23rd, 2018. We will have $113,000 in the system trading for us, right? Which is why these numbers are going to grow as we go down week to week. And we'll have pulled out $37,000 to our own wallet, right? Not sitting on the platform, out into our own crypto wallet. $37,000 in the next 6 months. And as you can see here, the importance of stacking and compounding this money. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't have anything to do if these coins appreciate, okay? So if we continue this bull run for the next 6 months and everything goes up 25, 30%, well, this is only going to be that much more. But if we come down here, we can see the interest that's being earned each week and how it continues to go up, right? In 7 weeks, the interest payout for that week will be $1,000 based on the money that we are trading inside the system, right? The bot uses more money. It makes more money. We generate more money in return. And if you come down here, you can see what starts to happen, right? 3 months out, we've got $10,000 circulating in the platform and pulling out over a couple $1,000s a day. So, and for those of you that are unfamiliar with bot trading and, you know, and how it works, this type of return is fairly normal on a bot that is a good setup programmed bot, because what happens is the more money you have invested, right, the bot's still making the same trades. It's still calling and shorting and doing things on the same numbers. It's irrelevant to the money that it has in the fund. So when it wins, it wins. When you have more money in the platform and it wins, it just wins that much bigger, which means your return is that much bigger. So this isn't unheard of returns when it comes to bot trading. What Hexabot has done is taken and stripped out some of the difficulty in trading, right? And it's done that by putting these bot settings in place to give you, you know, you've got your money in here and you want to pull some out every day, right? Well, that means you're going to get a smaller percentage because you're not leaving as much money into the platform or into, you know, for the bot to trade, which means it's not going to be able to generate as higher returns for the entire ecosystem, right? For the entire platform as a whole. Same thing with technical, right? 3 days. But then you're going to want to pull some of it back out. Swing trading, why you get that little extra percentage each day, is kind of the reward for leaving the money in trading all week long, right? So it gets to average it higher because you've left it in there for a longer period of time. So I hope that makes sense, just kind of giving you guys a little breakdown there. But basically, in a quick nutshell, I mean, you guys can see the numbers here. Like, I showed you the screen, I showed you the actual deposits, I showed you everything that it's doing, and took the time to really break this down because, you know, like anything else, you know, you've got to have a plan of attack here, and you've got to be able to really break down these numbers and say, okay, you know, it's nice to just jump over and look and see that your value went up, but if you don't understand why and how much in the different intricate pieces of it, how are you going to make that same call next time? How are you going to know approximately where you should be? Or, quite honestly, what your potential is? Because that also helps adjust, at least for me, where I'm willing to set my risk level, right? If it takes me 2 years to get to this number, well, I'm still okay with that because that's a good return. But maybe I adjust my strategy a little bit differently based on how long it's going to take to really generate those high returns. So, just a little bit on that. So, pretty much I think that's going to wrap us up here. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Hexabot other than it's performing. It does what it's supposed to do every week, and it just keeps impressing, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing and letting you guys kind of know and see what happens next week over here with these numbers. You know what we should do? I think we should. Let's just see if this thing's going to let us withdraw our money, right? Like, I know what's going to happen here, but for those of you that might be new to this, maybe you want to see the withdrawals done and how simple this side of the system is as well. So we jump over to our wallet, and we come in here. We jump over to our withdrawal. We come over here. So you can see here, you've got your balance, right? You click on your balance. Boom, it drops it right in here for you, okay? This is the entire amount that's available to be withdrawn. We drop down over here. Let's pop up our Exodus wallet. Click just to make sure we're getting all of it the right way. Copy this. Let's come over here. Paste this in. Boom. Just to make sure, yes, we've got the right address there. We hit withdraw. There's our ticket. Let's listen for it. And there we go. In comes our money. So let's jump on over to Litecoin now. Let's go over to withdraw. And let's come down here to our balance. Let's hit it. She pops in there. Let's fire up Exodus. Let's grab our address. Come on over here. Paste it in. Let's withdraw it. There we go. There's our ticket. Let's listen for it. And there is our money. So I suppose while we're at it, let's might as well hit up a little bit of Dash here while we're at it too. Let's come over here to withdraw. Let's come hit our balance. Let's come over to our wallet. Let's grab our Dash address, copy that, jump over here. Let's paste it in. Hit withdraw. There's our ticket. One more chime. Come on. Where is it? It's coming. Dash is going to be slow. Make me look crazy over here. That's right. So, you saw the other ones come out, right? Dash is going to take its sweet little time to come in here because obviously I was trying to hit all three and just make it quick. But, you guys saw Bitcoin, Litecoin come out just like that. This is got to be one of the simplest platforms to operate, to maneuver around, and to ultimately stack some coin. So, I don't know what else to say other than this platform continues to perform and continues to surprise me every day as to not only its simplicity, but just how well it works, how easy it is to get around, how nothing breaks, everything continues to perform as expected, potentially based on some stuff that's out there in the space, you know, better, right? It's actually exceeded my expectations as a platform, and which is why I'm super grateful to be able to have the opportunity to kind of share this along the way, share this journey, and hopefully allow enough people to see it and who are willing to take the opportunity to come on board with Hexabot and ultimately stack some of your own cryptocurrency, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the name of the game. We're in a bull market. Things are rushing up. There's a lot of projections, but these next 2 to 3 years, as people continue to come in, and you got to remember, cryptocurrency is really in its infancy. Even though it's been around for a while, right? It's still pretty much in its infancy. Like, it's just starting to hit some mainstream topics. Companies like Square, right? The Square Reader are starting to look at and incorporating Bitcoin into their platforms as a form of payment. So that's going to start changing some things from the, you know, the big media standpoint. And as you all know it, there's a little over 16 million Bitcoins in circulation. There's only 21 million available. So supply and demand says it really has to keep going up. I mean, it doesn't have to, but this is my speculation and my opinion is we're going to stay in this bull run for a while and things are going to continue to go up. So if you're out there and investing in this space and you are investing in platforms, if there's one thing I can share with you guys, I don't care what platform it is, look to keep your funds trading in a coin-to-coin exchange. Now I get it, there's that small risk that if the coin takes a bottom out, that fiat would be a little bit better, but I'm willing to roll the dice each and every time because even if that does happen, the coins are going to come back up because that's just where the market's taking things. So look to be sure to try and always be exchanging coin for coin. Invest in Bitcoin, get paid back in Bitcoin. Invest in Litecoin, get paid back in Litecoin. Because if you invest in Bitcoin and get paid back in fiat currency, US dollars, whatever it is, and over the course of 6 months, Bitcoin goes up to $10,000, $12,000, $13,000, well, guess what? If you had a solid Bitcoin in the platform, you just missed out on $5,000 because you're going to get paid back at the exchange rate of your investment. So I hope that makes sense, and why I always try to preface it in just about every video. Play the coin stacking game, right? Multiply your coin, because the coin is going to go up. The US dollar, or whatever your currency is flat. There's no appreciation in it. So you can't leverage and compound and multiply on top of things. You just get paid back, which is good. And there are some platforms that I currently use for that, like we spoke about earlier. But basically, that's my little rant for the day. So make sure you get your Bitcoin to Bitcoin or your crypto to crypto exchange. Take a peek at Hexabot. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, again, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit a like, let me know. It just lets me know that you guys enjoy this content. It's providing some value to you, and that it's worth my time to continue to providing these videos, making this stuff for you guys, and kind of bringing you along with me on my journey as I ultimately look to create another layer of digital wealth in this crypto space and this trading and investing ecosystem that we have available to us. So don't let it slip by you. If you've got questions, in the description there will be a link to jump over and get access to our exclusive Hyped members area, where there's hundreds of other people just like you looking to trade, looking for suggestions, looking for what's good, what's bad, what's working, what's not working, what programs are flops, what programs are edgy, what's good, and obviously some camaraderie and just kind of hanging out with everybody throughout the day and just talking crypto. So whether you're new to the space, you're a seasoned veteran, or you're kind of falling between those there, we'd love to have you guys in there. It's a super fast growing community. We've got some strategies in there that nobody else is talking about and doing on the outside. So love to have you guys in there. And until the next video, be good, take care, and as always, get out there and get some of that crypto. We'll talk soon.